Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Simple and Beautiful Life Kitchen. My name is Shelby, and I am the owner of Simple and Beautiful Life and the creator of SaBLe Soaps, which is what we'll be making today. I have my crock pot all ready to go because today we are making hot process soap. I have my lye water all prepared. Today we are doing something a little bit different and maybe a little bit risky, kind of, with hot process. We are doing coconut milk soap. I love making milk soaps because they're just so smooth, they're creamy, they have just this nice luxury feel to them, but they're a little bit of a challenge considering the fact that lye gets really hot and milk doesn't like that. So it's extremely easy to scorch your soap. I like using coconut milk or just pretty much any other milk besides cow's milk, because cow's milk really scorches quickly. But you can use pretty much whatever soap you'd like to use. I have my oils heating up, my lye water ready to go. I'm continuously stirring it. It did reach a temperature of around 96, which I personally think is too hot, so I added some extra ice cubes. That works in my hot process soap because I like adding extra water. I feel like it gives it a smoother consistency than typical hot process soap usually has. So all that is left to do is measure out my fragrance oils. I have pumpkin cider. Ugh. I did a review for these oils a couple videos ago. So if you want to know my opinion on my last Wholesale Supplies order, you can see it there. I absolutely love those oils. I said it in the video, but some of them just have a smell that smells like memories. And you can't help, as long as they're good memories, to be happy when you smell them. I mean, who smells a Christmas tree or pumpkin cider or peppermint cream? And it's like, man, it makes me pissed off, you know? I also have a little bit of maple left that I'm adding to the pumpkin. That'll give it a nice mapley, wintry, fall, autumn, cinnamony, pumpkin smell. And what in the world is better than that? I mean, let's be honest. I'm over here unscrewing a lid that's not there. I haven't said it yet, but this is going to be a quick video. It has been raining just non-stop here. My dogs are so ready to go outside and do anything. Typically, I would not have my crock pot set up like that with my stick blender halfway out of it, but I've already stick blended the oils to try to get them to break down a little bit quicker. So my stick blender is already kind of oily, so I just have it kind of laying in my oils, dripping off in there. Okay, I have my colorant in a little bit of water and coconut oil. I have some of my colorant in a little bit of coconut milk and water that came from the recipe. It does not have any lye in it. I just like to pre-mix my color, I probably put a little bit too much water in here, but I like to pre-mix the color. That way, you know it's going to be nice and even. This bar is just going to be completely orange. So that's why I'm making it with hot process. If you want to do a lot of swirls or anything like that, like I have a bar that's called Spooktacular Swirls that I did last year around Halloween. That bar, I think it had 6 different colors in it, and it would never have worked with hot process. Hot process just gets too thick and it just doesn't work. So if you want to do a lot of colors, hot process is not the way to go. If you want to do one solid color bar, or one solid bar that doesn't have any color in it, hot process is the way to go. Okay, let's see, my lye is around 80 degrees. Okay, perfect. It's actually cooled down a good bit. Making soap with milk always just makes me a little bit nervous because I'm just waiting for that milk to curdle and just get disgusting. I have a very slow thermometer. I need to invest in a heat gun. I just haven't yet. And when I've looked at heat guns online, there's like half the reviews are bad, half of them are good. So it's hard to know what you're getting yourself into. So I haven't gotten one yet. Obviously, since it's taken quite a long time to check the temperature of my oils. Okay. My oils are right around 118. I'm going to give them a couple more minutes to warm up a little bit. Then I will add my lye, and then we'll pretty much be done. We'll just be waiting for it to cook. Okay. We have our lye water all ready to go. I have added a little bit of the colorant to the oils already, that's just how I like to do it. Let's add our lye. Add it very slowly. You can tell that the lye looks a little milky, and of course, that's because it is. All right, and here we go. All right, the last thing we need to do is allow it to cook, continuously stirring. As it cooks, you'll see it definitely changing textures. That's when you want to stir it. After that, I will add the rest of the colorant and my fragrances, mold it up, and we are good to go. I really do love hot process soap. I like the fact that once it's cooked, you can pretty much use it, within the next 2 weeks or so. If you want a harder bar, obviously you can allow it to set for longer periods of time, but typically 2 weeks. And you let it cover and sit, and you are good to go. Okay, so as you can see, I got a little impatient and I added the rest of my orange colorant to make it into this beautiful pumpkin orange color. I am so satisfied with the color. As you can also see, the texture, the saponification process has definitely begun, but we still have more of a pudding sort of texture. That's exactly what we're looking for right at the beginning. So that tells me that this is ready to sit here for about 30 minutes and cook up, and we will come back and check on it. One thing to always keep an eye on when you are making hot process soap in a crock pot is to see where the soap starts cooking first. That will tell you where your crock pot is hottest. Typically crock pots are just a little unevenly heated, especially if they're like my crock pot and they've got a little bit of age on them. If that's the case, all you need to do is rotate the crock pot bowl routinely to make sure that your soap is getting evenly cooked and heated on all sides so that your entire soap loaf is cooked throughout. Alrighty, we have been cooking for about 30 minutes. It's not thick yet, it still needs to cook a little bit longer. You are looking for more of a Vaseline sort of consistency. It is coming along. In my experience, every single batch of soap I've ever made has cooked at different speeds. So just be patient with it. That's maybe the hardest part of hot process is the patience. If you're like me, patience is not exactly your most favorite thing. But we'll just let it cook for a little bit longer. Alrighty, I just gave the soap another quick stir. It is looking very good. We're getting closer and closer to that Vaseline stage. I just temped it at 211, so it is very, very hot, obviously. If I were to add my oils at this time, they'd burn right out. The flash point on most oils is right around 200. They should all tell you either on the bottle or on the website where you bought them what the flash point is. And if your soap is hotter than that, obviously, it's too hot to put your oils in there just yet. So I will let this come back down to at least 175, somewhere around there. I don't like adding my oils close to the flash point because I feel like even though we're not at the point at which they start to burn off, I still feel like it's too hot to add the oils and they will burn off at least a little bit. And I like a good strong smelling soap. So patience is a virtue when it comes to your hot process soap. The cooler it is, the more you'll be able to smell your fragrance oils or your essential oils, whatever you put in there. Obviously, don't wait until your soap has come down to like room temperature. It'll be way too hard to put the oils in there and then you'll just have an unscented soap, which a lot of people like that and you can still use it, but if it's not what you're trying to do, then don't do it. Alrighty, so we are almost there. I have added my fragrance oils. It now has a really nice thick consistency. Oh man, that smells so good. I took the crock pot out to allow my soap to cool down to about 170. I like adding it when it's really cool. I think that's just the best thing to have to allow your soap to smell really strong for long periods of time. So I will continue to stir this in really well. Make sure it's all blended in there. It smells absolutely heavenly. Alrighty, we are done. I'm very excited about this soap. If you watched my last video where I made hot process soap, I was a little concerned because it didn't give you this hot process feel that you're used to seeing when you do hot process. So this looks way better. I have a lot more confidence in this soap than my last soap. Also, kind of fun, I had extra, as you can see, this mold is pretty full, so I couldn't fit this in. So I used one of these for my extra soap. I have never used one of these before, but they were just something I found on Amazon. Very fun. So we will see how this turns out. This won't be for sale. This will be just a personal bar. But maybe in the future we can start selling these. I'm a little bit concerned that the soap, since it's so thick, it won't fill all of these little bubbles. So hot process, it might not be actually the way to go with these, but you never know. It's an experiment. We will see. I am very excited about this one. It just smells so good. That is all for today, guys. I am off to take my dogs on a walk. It has finally stopped raining for more than 5 minutes, which hasn't happened in like 2 days. So my dogs are literally waiting for me at the door. So I'm going to head out. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Make the most of it. And I will see you next time for our next vlog, our next Make Soap With Me, whatever we get into. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye!